The final series of the day. On Romanticide, in the bottom right, it is Parting. And in the top left, for the Shopify Rebellion, Byun. Okay, so we did see Parting already in a PvT, and it did not go great for him. It just looked like Dream had his number in that series. Every single time Dream got the build order advantage. Let's see how this one plays out. We did see Parting proxy twice in that series versus Dream. So maybe he has decided against that for the time being. Yeah, we see a gateway at home, so for the time being, heading away from that. How is this stream only 400 viewers with quality content like that? First of all, thank you. And second of all, yes, it is most definitely the schedule. It's very early on in Europe right now, and it's very late in NA. So it's this is very convenient for the players because this is starting during the afternoon in Korea, but it's not a great time for both Europe and NA. So that's why we're only at 400 viewers. Thanks to every one of you in the chat, by the way. Also, another factor, we have 2 other streams for this event as well. We have the second main stream, Some Drunk Canadian, and we have our Korean stream, which is done by Inu. So, good coverage all around. Yes, we will be posting. I'm not sure if we will be posting every single series, but this will be uploaded to YouTube eventually. Parting with this early adept gets the not cancellation, but the delays this command center from being built for quite a long time. And with this second adept coming in, okay, it will finish up now, but it not before this Hellion goes down. These adepts will both be okay, not both be able to shade out of here. One of them gets out, but this is a great start for Parting. Behind this, Stargate and Phoenix is coming out, which is something that Byun has no idea about whatsoever. Did he? Okay, he lost his Reaper, so there's really no potential to scout these Phoenixes anytime soon. Unless he wants to invest a scan. Oh, kind of a big supply block here for Parting. Delays this Phoenix for a couple of seconds. But all in all, decent opening for the Protoss player. Don't think he is unhappy with that whatsoever. We have a Robo fairly early on to get the observers out for potential Widowmine shenanigans. We see Byun with a bit of a fancy move, just using this empty medevac for some scouting. And he did see the Phoenixes now. Even gets the medevac out, so... Now let's see, what does he have defensively? A couple of Marines on the Raven. Nothing in the main base, so Phoenix could go for some pickups. Do not decide to go for it. Oh, maybe now, yep. Just grabbing a couple of freebies. Almost loses the Phoenix Red. Bit sloppy from parting. But obviously the shields on this one are going to regenerate. Behind this, third base, Colossus tech. While Byun is still trying to minimize the damage that he's taken from this Phoenix. He's diving onto the Raven here, but loses 3 Phoenixes for this. I don't think that's worth it. And yeah, looks like Parting isn't happy with that either. I guess this prevents these Colossus being from being disabled a bit later on in the game, but losing 3 Phoenix for that, giving up all the map control and all the lift up potential that these Phoenixes offer, I don't think there is a world where this is worth it. We see Byun powering up on 2 bases quite significantly. No third command center in sight. These Phoenixes still see the move out, so getting a little bit of value out of them, but yeah, 3 Phoenix. If those were 6 Phoenixes, they would be able to do so much more. They would be so much more threatening to these medevacs, and could threaten way more damage back at home. See, 7-minute 20 third command center. Drop into the natural, just forces the probes away from mining and gives this army the potential to get some ground. Charge is done, so Parting is jumping on top of it. There's also thermal lance done for the Colossus here, and we have 3 Colossuses done. But the multi-prong is really hard for Parting to pull off here. Oh, and Byun just goes for the throat, goes for the main base. Big drop. Recalls the Colossus over here. So it's going to chase this army out of the main base. Byun just trading out for the time being. These Stalkers do not have Blink yet, so won't be able to chase them out. Oh, the Widow Mines are going to not get anything significant. Parting really doing a good job getting the value out of the few Phoenixes that he still has left. And Parting has stabilized here, and has stabilized enough to feel comfortable taking this 4th base. 3rd base is up and operational for Byun, so you can look to transition into the later stages of the game. 4 Colossus are a good number of Colossus to have when your opponent literally doesn't have any anti-air. Oh, if this is such a dangerous move. If Blink was done here, these medevacs, at least 2 of them go down, and Byun is in a terrible, terrible spot. But he's kind of has to make something happen here, because he won't be able to win this in a straight up army versus army fight with all the Colossus on the field for Parting. Trying to go for it down here, gets deflected. Try to go for it up here, and this army looks a little bit weaker for Parting. No shield battery. Oh, Colossus saved by the War Prism. Goes for another drop, but yeah, it's 4 medevacs, but these medevacs weren't full, so denial. Oh, the upgrade just completes before the forge goes down. Multitasking on the other side here. Looks like Byun is kind of losing out on both sides. Parting is making the defense happen. As long as he can keep this 4th base, He's going to be in a good spot. There's still 4 Colossus on the map. The Viking count is, well, still very unimpressive at 3. And now with this War Prism, it's Parting's turn to get aggressive. Does take out the Observer on the high ground here, so... It's hard to push up a ramp on Romanticide, but with no anti-air, I think this can work out pretty well for Parting, and he's going for it. Ah, a bit of indecisiveness here. Waits for another warp in. Meanwhile, there was a drop somewhere over here. Okay, Widowmine drop heading into the 4th base. Meanwhile, Parting going for the engagement, cancelling the 4th base. Widowmine drop kills 9 probes over here. More probes over here, possibly. I have to keep an eye on that. And now, Parting just posturing here, not deciding to commit for the engagement. These Widowmines did, one of them did fire. Question is, are they going to fire a second time? It looks like the ones at the 4th base have been cleaned up, and yup, so is this one. Parting was not able to break through here, even though there were very few Vikings. The position that he had to fight into on Romanticide is just too defender favored. Byun did use his factory to scout, so did end up losing the factory. He has 2 starports at home though, so doesn't really need the factory for anything anymore. And now we see both players advancing their tech. High Templars and Disruptors for Parting. Ghosts and more Vikings coming out of Byun. Byun has to take this 4th base at some point. And as soon as you take a 4th base on Romanticide, you have to kinda make yourself vulnerable, because the 4th base locations are a bit more open. Oh, the Ghost here, the Ghost getting huge EMPs all over this Protoss army. Going for the engagement now. Disruptor shots forcing the Terran back for just a time, just a little bit longer. Oh, but now these disruptor shots gets a huge first one, and these zealots now on top of the army. The Colossus have been dealt with, but Parting confident enough to blink forward. Byun should land these Vikings here to assist, and that's exactly what he's doing. No more disruptor shots available for the. Oh, one more disruptor shot dodged away. Meanwhile, Parting is mass expanding, taking bases over here and over here. Going for another fight. Byun aggressively stims forward to take out these disruptors before they can land their Novas. But the rest of the army for Parting, quite strong, quite beefy. And with this warp in, he can continue the pressure. Byun is transitioning into Liberators, which should help him out in the defense here. Should help him get up to that 4th base. 2 more Disruptors have arrived, and this is dangerous for Byun. Yeah. Every time these Novas come out, he has to micro away. 4 Liberators out should make this a whole lot more difficult for Parting now. Fourth base is landing, but as long as this isn't a planetary, this is dangerous. But Parting behind this man, up to 6 bases against the 3. And I don't even want to call it a half, but because this base isn't established yet. Oh, Disruptor shot takes care of a couple of Marines. Parting can just afford to trade inefficiently here. And as long as he gets a couple of units here and there with the disruptors, he's in a decent position. But the money that he is building up right now, he could already go for a Stargate transition. And the damage that he's doing right now is passive damage because he's forcing the Byun's army to stim over and over again. DTs killing 10 SCVs, and now Parting going for it, engaging into these Liberators. Even though there were 4 Liberators, just not enough to deal with this Protoss force. Parting is just gonna overwhelm here. GG. Parting takes the lead in the series. Parting once again deciding not to proxy his first building, which hasn't worked out in his first series against Terran. This probe though, taking a bit of a detour. Maybe just scouting for proxies? Yeah, looks like he's just going to commit this one to get the scout. By the way, if there are any Korean viewers in the chat, feel free to translate this for me, please. I have no idea what these players are saying. And there's quite a bit of chatter going on between the players today. Marine opening out of Byun. Cybernetics core before Nexus for Parting. I guess this is some sort of reaction to losing the probe over here, but yeah, I'm sorry guys, I don't speak Korean, I have no idea what they're saying. It looks like Byun is always replying the same thing. I just don't know what it means. See, Byun 3 barracks play. It's I think no other Terran likes to open up 3 barracks more than Byun in this specific matchup. Just offers him a rather big bioforce very early on. Meanwhile, on the other side, Twilight Council Robo. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Dog Shrine out of Parting, but it might just be straight up Blink. I'm gonna have to see once he gets 150 gas here. Yep, fires up the Blink. And Blink openings can work very well against this. Obviously, there's plenty of micro potential in the Blink Stalkers, and if they can force the bio to stim and just blink away, they're dealing lots of damage to the army because there won't be any medivacs anytime soon. These 2 adepts just trying to get a scout. Okay, this one I understand. I think by now Parting knows that is a 3 barracks opening. Oh, this is pretty sweet timing on this War Prism. Just as this army moves out, these adepts and stalkers get into the main base, and they're gonna deal damage here. Byun is only defending this with his reinforcing bio. But this army on the other side of the map could deal some significant damage. Parting sees it very early on, so he should be able to react to this. He has a shield battery and units on the high ground. Let's see the reaction. The 2 force fields available. One of them goes down. The robo just being snapped off here. Parting immediately rebuilding that one. Parting didn't do a whole lot of damage here in the main base, but the further attack for Byun is going to be very delayed. We have the factory halfway done, so it's going to be quite a long time before we see any medevacs on the field. And now Blink Stalkers can whittle away and micro against this. Oh, this. Yeah, I think the time for this army to be out on the map is almost over. Tries to trade out as fast as it can, takes out a few more stalkers. But now the third base for Parting coming down. And then now it's going to be a while before Byun can get aggressive again. Has to wait for medevacs now. There's no way he can move out with just bio before medevacs are done now. And now we even see Parting. Oh, if he can get a snipe on the starport, he knows there won't be medevacs for a long time in the game. And yeah, it does go down. Loses, I think, a stalker for it. But delays the starport for such a long time. More stalkers swapping in. Parting, does he want to go for another blink onto the high ground here? The bioforces of of Byun are not that far away. And yeah, he sees he does go for it. But probably wants to immediately leave once again. But he can freely do this. He can do damage to this army just by forcing it to stem. No medevacs available to heal those. Yeah, Parting is in the driver's seat right now. Byun has to invest a scan to see what's up. Sees the Colossus tech. Byun probably recognizes that there is really no potential to get aggressive with his starport being delayed for so long, so does go for the safe third base option. Builds it in his main base so that it won't be snapped off by these stalkers. But Parting knows everything. Parting has observers here. Stalkers here, blinks into the main base again. Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, and these stalkers could get completely surrounded, could get completely trapped here. He blinks further forward, which is, I guess, his best option. And now recalls, but ooh, not the best move here. Pretty sick surround by Byun. And Parting just getting out of there. How many stalkers did he lose here? He lost 15 in total, so, and the majority of those were lost in that previous fight there. But he has 3 Colossus. Oh, and Byun, you can't just engage into that. You don't have an army to face this. And he might just get chased all the way back home. Medevacs very low on energy. No contest for these 2 Colossus, free firing all the bio, and this third base for Byun won't be staying here for long. He's going to lose a bunch of SCVs, and he's falling further and further behind, Parting behind this fourth base on the way. Parting even confident enough to just step up into the natural here. can hold position and just let the Colossus do their thing. There are not enough Vikings to contest it. Parting, all chatting even. It goes up, 2-0. Goes into the 3 barracks play again. A style that he favors. Really didn't work out for him last game around. He got his starport sniped by Blinkstalker, delaying his Medivacs for an eternity, really. Oh, parting. He wants to look for the quick finish onto this game. This looks like his adept build that he pulls out every once in a while. It's going to be 3 gates in total, one of them being proxied for faster warp-ins, which is going to mean that he will be striking with 6 adapts, I believe it is, rather soon. As soon as this warp gate finishes up here. Yeah, warp gate is getting chrono boosted, so we have already 3 adepts on the map. 3 more going to be... Oh, it's going to be stalkers. 3 adepts and 3 stalkers for the aggression. Okay. And this, I feel like this works out very, very well against the 3 barracks opening here for Byun. And now Parting absolutely just going for it. Going for the throat. Both adepts and stalkers are very good against the Marines here. Completely forcing the liftoff. 3 more stalkers joining up here. Stim and combat shields are miles away for Byun. And with these 6 stalkers in total, should be able to micro against this army for quite a long time. No concussive shells on the Marauders, but will be enough to chase it away for the time being. Parting behind this, Robo Bay probably going once again into the Colossus. And now with Stim and combat shields, Byun comfortable enough to move across the map. I have no idea what Parting and Byun are saying here, by the way. There's a lot of alt chat going on. Stim is finished, so oh yeah, Byun turns onto this army. War Prism is here though to save these stalkers, and shield battery will be activated to keep the stalkers alive. Robo in the wall here, a potential target, but looks like Byun is kind of bleeding out. This small little Bioforce not doing well against the stalkers in the middle of the map. Parting still has the time between all this micro to type in between, but now he lost a couple of stalkers there. This is a very similar situation to what we saw last game. This time around, I feel like the starport will go up safely though. Parting, adding on a bunch more gateways. He has 2 Colossus on the field. I don't think he has thermal lens though, so no thermal lens, but is just going to go for the 2 base all in here. Has he taken out enough of Byun's army earlier in the game to make this happen though? Oh, this is looking like a very, very strong Protoss army. Byun has to stim to get back home. Force fields on the bunker, preventing the repair from happening. Still, repair being done through the force field there? What is going on? How is this possible? Okay. Bunker does go down eventually though, and the Protoss army looking very scary, very strong. Command center lifting up here, Byun pulling everything into the defense, but it looks like Parting has enough to break through and take the 3-0.